Welcome to Cloud Cape Coast. My name is George. Today we are going to create an EC2. We're going to create a VPC. We are going to connect public subnet to our VPC. We're going to connect private subnet to our VPC. I want to say welcome to Cloud Cape Coast. If you are new here, hit the subscribe button and hit the like button and let's get going. I just completed my bachelor's in cloud computing with WGU, and I want to document my journey as a cloud computing student. I'm not a professional. I've not worked in the cloud before. I've not worked in the cloud anywhere. I love to work in the cloud in the future. So I want to document my journey, my learning journey, my studying journey with you, and post them on my YouTube channel so that I can be able to share it with the world. First, let's go ahead. Since I'm logged into my AWS console. I'll go ahead and click on VPC, or I can search for VPC over here. VPC stands for Virtual Private Cloud. When we talk about networking for AWS, it is all about VPC. Um, so when you look at IT in general, the OSI model from the top, we have application, presentation, session, transport, um, network, um, you know, data link, and then physical. So when you're coming up from the bottom is physical, that is the bits. Data link, which is going to be the frame, um, you know, encapsulation and all that, adding a header to the frame as data is going up, and then we get to the networking where transfer of packets, right, trace of packets and all that in the routing environment um, adds up to it. So with VPC, Virtual Private Cloud, it takes care of all the networking aspect for AWS. And when you look on the left pane, you can see subnets, route tables, internet gateways, and all of that. Elastic IPs, elastic IPs are like static IPs that will be given to your device or to your service, so that you know you cannot change it though, but it's not free too. So all right, um, so let's go ahead and create our first VPC. I'm sorry. So we are in here. You can create VPC only, or you can also create um, VPC and more, which will give you all the subnet that you need, and all you have to do is just put in the name and get it. So we're going to name our VPC VPCA, and then we'll have the side of range, which is classless into the main route, to be 10.100.0.0/16. And we're going to keep everything as default as it is and create our VPC. So we have created our VPC. Yay! This is our very first VPC that we have created. Um, you can see the VPC ID over here. The next thing that we're going to create is our internet gateway, so that we can connect our VPC to the internet. And when you look over here, AWS already creates a default internet gateway for you, so that when you are creating your EC2s and all that, you don't want to create a new VPC. It can give you a default VPC, which is here, a default VPC. The top one is the default. This is the one that we just created. So the top one, when you come over here, you see default. You can see that it says yes over here, and this is not a default because we created it ourselves. So we go to the internet gateway, and we can see the default internet gateway over here that AWS created for us. So we're going to name our internet gateway VPCA-I IGW, which stands for Internet Gateway. If you can hear the accents, yes, I'm originally from Ghana, so we have created our Internet Gateway. When you look straight ahead on your computer, you can see that it says, the state says detached. So when it says detached, that means that there is something that you have to do. So you have to attach it to the VPC that you have created. This is the VPC Internet Gateway. So when you come over here to actions, you can see attached to VPC, and that's where you click on it and you select the VPC that we have created on your screen and attach it, and boom, you can see that the state just changed from detached to attached with a check mark, and it's green. It's just ready to go. Yes, so there you go. So there you have it over here. Now we have created our own VPC, Virtual Private Cloud, and we have attached it to an internet gateway so that it can connect to the internet. Right, so we now have our VPC and we now have our internet gateway. So let's go ahead and see if we can create a subnet. And this one, we're going to create a public subnet. So I'll click on the create subnet, and this is the VPC that we created earlier on. So we select it, and it's going to give us a range of inputs where we can put our stuff. So I'm going to name this one VPC A public, and I'll just say subnet just to differentiate between public and private subnet. So that's about it. Public subnet 1, and then with the availability zone, so AWS have a way of have so many regions, and then within those regions they call it availability zones, where you can be able to select a zone where you can host your services at. And with mine, I'm in the North Virginia region, and I have North Virginia US East 1. I'll select that one, and then I have the CIDR block range, which is the CIDR stands for classless interdomain route. So which is 10.100.0.0/16. That's the one that we gave to the VPC. So with our subnet, we're going to go for 10.100.0.0/24. That means that we have 256 IPs that is starting from 10.100.0.0 to 10.100.0.0/255, or that 255. So we keep the defaults, and then we create this public subnet over here. So this is our public subnet that has been created, and we have our ID associated with the VPCA Virtual Private Cloud that we created over here. So now we have our public subnets created. Now with public subnet created, we will need a route table or root table. So we are going to create a root table and then associate it with our public subnet. So let's go ahead and create a root table. I'll call it VPC A public RT. RT means root table, and we're going to select the VPCA, which is the Virtual Private Cloud that we created earlier on, and we click on create route table. So when when route tables or route tables are created, um, it's this is the side of block or the range. So you come to edit route, and you will add a route that, when when traffic or data is coming from the internet, it should go with the internet gateway and the one that you have already created, which is VPC A. This one, you click it, and now you can see the local is showing over here, plus the internet gateway that you have created with active shown over there. And even when you create your public, you have to associate your public subnet with the rule. So come over here and then you click on it, which will come over here, the VPC public subnet 1, and then you click on save. Then you click on save. So we are through with that one over here. So with the subnet, public subnet, let us so I can select the public subnet, and I will come over here and go to edit subnet settings, and then I will enable auto assign public IPv4 address. This one automatically gives the subnet, a public IP address which is static, and it's not changed or anything like that. But that's, we are all learning together. So those who understand this auto assign IP settings, comment below and explain it more, because I will take my time to go through the comments to read every portion of your comment, which really explains my flaws, right? I don't want to be perfect or anything. I want for you to tell me, hey, this is what you are doing wrong, this is how we do it, in for those who are working in the field, right? So this is how we do it. So I want you to criticize my flaws. I want you to criticize my flaws so that I can learn better and we can connect. It's all part of networking over here. When when you comment and I reply you, it's networking over here. So yeah. So just let me know, because I want to make this video as interesting as possible, and I want to make all my videos as interesting as possible. Yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. So everything has been done. We have created a VPC, we have created a public subnet route table connected it to the internet gateway. What I'm going to do is that, even with the enable IP that IP settings that we just, you can do that in the EC2 environment. But in case you forget, you already know that you've enabled it, in the public subnet over here. So we're going to create an EC2. So we search for EC2, and AWS services will give it to you right over here to create our first EC2. If you don't have any EC2 created, it will bring you to this page. Now we can click launch instance, or we can come to dashboards and then look at whatever is going on over here. We have all the services that you can click on. You can also launch instance, or you can come over here and then I'll just launch instance right here. There are various ways that you can be able to launch an instance. Let me take this out of here. So our instance name, I'm going to name it EC2A, and then going to choose any Amazon machine image. We're just going to keep the defaults as Amazon Linux, which is good. And we have the free tier eligibility over here and all that. So all the good stuff. So we're going to keep all of that. Now here is where we are going to create a key pair. We're going to create a key pair. Now I already have a key pair over here. Let me choose this key pair to see that it will work in the future. Yes, so this is a key pair that I have, which is cloud capcos dash key pair. We can also go ahead and create a new key pair, which is going to be the name, the key pair name that we have over here, and then we create it. So this is like a certificate that, you know, AWS give to you for you to be able to authenticate or access your EC2. Okay, so AWS keep the public keys to themselves and gives you the private key or the private certificate for you to download onto your system. So if I click on create key pair, which is like a new one, it will automatically download onto my system, but I really don't want to do that right now. I'm going to use this one to go ahead with it. Yes, but I understand the procedure. We're going to create an EC2. We're going to create an EC2 by ourselves solely, afresh, and you know that's going to be in a couple of videos. Yes, and so this is the networking side of EC2, which is the server that we're working with. So we click on the edit EC2 or the edit network environment. You see, so we have the defaults over here already, the default VPC, but you click on the drop down and you can see your VPC over here. So you click on the VPC that you created and attach it to it. Attach it to the the EC2 that you are creating. And with the subnet section, it will automatically select the public subnet that we created. If we have like a private subnet or a default subnet, when you click on the drop down, you will see a private subnet over here or a default subnet or anything that is created in the subnet environment. So this is it right here. So we will select it. It's automatically selected for you. And because we chose the auto assign public IP, it's already enables over here. When you drop down, you can see disabled over here. So we could have chosen it over here instead of doing it in the subnet in a VPC environment. So where firewall I've been talking about WGU for some time. So AWS so AWS they call their firewall security groups. So yes, we're going to create a security groups, which we're going to name it EC2A. Sorry, I gotta do the uppercase. EC2A. Yes, and then we should know that everything is good. We're going to keep it all just like that. If if we have like a code that we want to add to it, like let's say an Apache, we want the EC2 to, whenever we put it, we run it or put it on, it will load our Apache environment or anything like that. We'll go to advanced and go to user data, right, all the way down here, user data environment, and put our code in here. But we're not doing that, so we're just going to go ahead and launch our EC2 right away. EC2 stands for Elastic Cloud Compute anyway. So all right, so we have a green mark over there, and let's load our EC2. It's going to take a couple of minutes, so before it comes on. It is initiating right now. Initializing. It's running. That means that we created our first EC2 instance. EC2 instance. It's loading at the moment. I'm so excited because creating an EC2 is major in this field of cloud computing. So it is, let me refresh it and see. Okay, so now it's back on running fully. And to connect into this this EC2, I'm going to use the party. Um, yes. So with, if I had created a new key pair, I would have to use the um, the the partition to generate the key pair and then change it to PPK and all of that. But and then be able to do. But I already have the the key pair. So all I need is the public IP address over here, and then I'll put it over here, and then I will also SSH into it, and then go to use the credentials, and then browse to where my my key pair is at, and be able to log into it. Yes, and to log into this, you just use EC2 dash user, and there you go. So we are inside the console. We are inside. We've logged into the EC2. Let me make this smaller so that you can see. So we have 10.100.0.35, which is the private IP address over here, right here, looking at us. Yeah, so we have been able to log in. In the future, I will create a video of creating a new EC2 and logging into it from the beginning, right? Like afresh, like new. So we will create a new key pair. We will download the private key pair onto our system, and then we use partition to log into it. I used to connect to the EC2, you going through this way, and then I'll come to SSH and then go through this route. But in the past, this one normally gave me like a difficult time, because I'll use either I'll use PowerShell, or I will also use the command line CLI command line interface, and then I have to go into the properties of the key pair that I've downloaded onto my system, and give the administration full permission in every level before I can be able to access or log into the EC2. So it was a lot difficult for me during that time. But now that I'm using this putty, I can log into it as quick as possible, which is good, and I can be able to do everything that I want to do. So let me see, PWD, and then that we are here, we are in home / EC2. So we are good. We are on the right track. This is like our first time logging into it, right? We're documenting our journey little by little. We document our journey little by little, man. I'm telling you, you crawl before you walk, and this is so exciting for me, having this platform to be able to learn and to be able to showcase my work, to be able to learn with you, right? To be able to take your advice and your ideas and everything that you can possibly teach me. So we are in the EC2 and we are connected. So over here, you can download every software packages that you want, and we can even try to see. Let me see. Let me try and see if I can ping it. Ping Google, because we are connected to the internet gateway. Let me see. There we go. So we have internet and it is working, right? It is working. You know, it is working. Man, I'm so excited. So Control C, let's get out of it. Yes, yes. So you see, yes. So I'm going to my console again. Let's go to VPC, and I am going to create a second subnet. Let's say, let's go over here. I'm going to create like a private subnet. So I'm going to select um, VPC A. I'm going to say VPC A private subnet 1. I'm going to choose the same availability zone because I want to choose the same availability zone so that I don't incur any cost, because choosing various availability zones, it's it can cost you. You know, you can pay um, AWS some money. So I'm going to use, with the side out range, I'm going to 10.100.0/24, and then come over here, move to the left side, George. Everything is good with the defaults. Let's create. Oh, all right, let's go. There you go, there you go, there you go. So we have created our private subnet 2. Let's bring it all together. You can see the public subnet is here, the private subnet is also here. So with the private subnet created, I will have to create a root table for the private subnet 2. So let's go ahead and give our roots VPC A private RT, which is root table. We're going to choose the VPC that we created, and then we have it. Boom, there it is. But with this one, because it is internal, we're not going to create any other root for it. We're just going to, it's going to stay private, because it's not going to go into the internet, right? So but we're not going to forget to associate it. So we're going to go to edit subnet association, and then we're going to select it over here so that we can associate it with our VPC, and then we're going to save it over here for the VPC. So I'm going to go to the EC2, the AWS, and launch an EC2 instance. Let me just start from here so that it'll be quick. Let's see. Click on it. Let's create an EC2. So I'm going to name it EC2B. EC2B. I'll keep the defaults AMI, Amazon Machine Image, with a free tier. I like free stuff. So we'll go all the way down. I'll choose the same key pair that I have already created. And then when it comes to the networking aspect, I will go over here, I'll go click on the edit and choose the VPC that I have. And then you see, so now because we've created 2 subnets, so now we have the private subnet 2 showing over here. So this is what I need. I will select the private subnet because I want to relate the EC2 directly to the private subnet over here. I'm not going to choose anything because I don't want it to be in the internet over there. So but I will create a security group, which is like the firewall for AWS. I'll name this one EC2B security group. Copy it, paste it in the description too. Paste it in the description too. Yes, so there we have it. So we will come over here because we want to SSH into it, but we don't want to SSH because it's in the private. We don't want to SSH it from anywhere, so we will SSH it from the CIDR that we gave to the VPC, the main VPC, the VPC A. That is where we want. So we give it 10.100.0.0/16. That is the CIDR range that we want to SSH into, because that's our main VPC. So and if we want to also add ping to it, we can choose the ping over here. We have ICMP over here, which is going to be also going to be 10.0.0/16. So we can SSH into it, and we can also ping into it. ICMP, I think it's what Internet Control Management Protocol, and ping. So the ping is, I think it's Packet Internet Grouper. Yes. Yes. So yeah. Hey, if I got it wrong, just comment below and let us have fun with it. Let us have fun with it, because that is how it should be. That is how it should be. So we are good with it. We're just gonna keep the defaults. Let me click on launch instance. It is coming up. Like I said, I'm learning this this cloud. I'm learning this AWS. So hey, I'm new to it. Just give me a thumbs up, or just comment on it. Hey, you're doing good, but you can do it this way and that way and this way, and that would be nice. That would be great. I just started it, and it's so fascinating. I love it so much. I have it in a way that I'm going to do the AWS. I'm going to get into Azure. I'm going to get into API. I'm going to use Terraform. So we're going to get into Git. We're going to get into GitHub and all of that, all the good stuff. Yes. So both instances are running now. Both of them are checked out over here. So what I'm going to do is get my PuTTY, and I've worked with it before. So logging into the private EC2, it's not going to work, because you need to also associate the key pair that you had for the public EC2, the EC2A, into it. So what we have to do is like SSH, and then keypair key.pam, and then when you click enter, it is going to give us like create a file. We'll go into the key pair, copy everything, and then post it into the file. And whenever you go into key.pam, you just it's going to be vim key.pam. Yes. When you do that, it will open, and then you have to click on the I to insert. You click on the I to insert, and then you copy every every word inside the key pair, and you post it inside the Vim file that you are creating. And after that, you click on the escape key on your keyboard, and do not forget to click on shift and the column, and then WQ, press enter, and you can come out of it, and then you can be able to log into it. But see, so if we take a look at EC2B, it does not have a public IP address, but it does have a private IP address right here, which we named, right, which we put a 10.100.11 and all of that. So what I'm going to do is copy this one and get my party, and I'm going to say SSH. Yeah, I can't spell SSH. That's I, and we already have the key pair. I've already created that, and that's why I'm saying that I'm going to create this again. User at, and then I'll put the public IP that I added, and then go enter. Yes. So see, so we are having an issue over here. That means that I have not associated this key pair to that. So this is a good way that we are going to learn, right? This is a good way that we are going to learn. So this is a good way that we are going to learn. So what I'm going to do is go to this one, and then I'll show you, go to my downloads, and then I'll show you. So this is it right here. This is the key pair that I downloaded, the private key pair that I downloaded onto my computer. Now this is what I use the party gen for. It gave me the PPK. This is the PEM. So when I open it right here, it came to my other computer. Let me bring it over here. This is everything that we need right here. So Control A, I'll get everything. Control C, I've copied it, and let's do this in real time. So I'm going to say Vim. I'm going to create a file for a Vim.pem. See, so I'm inside the Vim, and all I have to do is look over here. When I press on the I, it's going to say insert, and then I'll bring my cursor over here, right click, and everything is in there, right? Everything is in there. So this is a good way that we are learning. So I've pasted all the key pair that I had in there. I thought I had already done it, but good that I had not done it. So I'm going to click on escape, and it will come over here. Do not forget to click on shift and colon, and then WQ and enter. Boom, there we are. There we go. So I was gonna go do it all over. I'll just go up again, and then I have SSH that I keep it. Boom. Let's see. It's saying that load keeper. This will ignore. It's been denied. Okay, so yeah, so we're troubleshooting. So we are troubleshooting, right? So we are troubleshooting. So whenever you put the key pair, you copy it, and then you put it inside the key.pem, you have to give the permission or change the permission. So I'm going to change mode 400. And then key.pem and enter. So this was what I was supposed to do earlier on, but you know, I was so excited that I had not done that. So I wanted to use the opportunity, and I forgot that set. So let's bring it up again. And boom, there we go. There we go. There we go. So we have created a VPC, public subnet, private subnet, route table, internet gateway, and EC2 that we have connected it into the public, logged into the EC2, SSH into the EC2, to SSH again into the private EC2 within. So see, so now we are here. We SSH into this one over here, this IP address over here, all the way down here, and now we have the private IP address of the EC2 instance, which is right here, Yes, I'm so glad that I had not done that, you know. It is amazing. It is awesome. Oh my God, I'm so glad. Thank you so much. Oh yes. So now we are working over here. Yes. But let's see if we can ping to Google like we did on the public EC2. No, because we don't have any internet on the outbound. So Control C. But this is cool. This is good. The next one is going to be create a NAT gateway, but NAT gateway is not free. See, so NAT gateway is not free. So I'm going to do my best to create a NAT gateway and assign it to the public EC2 so that we can be able to. I'm going to create another EC2 and assign it to it so that we can be able to log into and get internet from here using the private IP address over here. But NAT gateway is not free. So either I will do it or I will not, but I'm going to think about it and do it. But there is a way that I can create an EC2. Let me come over here. Launch an EC2. See, and come to this Amazon machine images over here and search for NATs. Enter. Go to community AMIs. We have like 500 of them, you know, and then choose like one of these NATs, assign it to it, and that can let us go get internet for the private EC2, for the private subnet and all of that. This is free, but you know it's very difficult to also get one that is not free. Difficult to get one that is free because most of these, you know, are created by individuals that want to be paid for, or you know, it says verified by AWS. It should be free, but it's really you know, be adding a couple of things to that are not free, that are not with the free tier, that are going to help you to get charged. So yes, so right now I'm going to tell you that we've done it, and I'm also going to tell you that I'm going to break down everything. I'm going to delete everything. This is just for learning purposes. I'm going to delete all the VPC, the subnets, the route tables. I'm going to delete the EC2 and everything, shut it down for the night. It's time to go to sleep anyway. I'm glad that I put my kids to sleep before doing this video. Otherwise, they would have been all over me. You know, they would have been all over me, daddy. But this is it. We did it. So comment below. Let's get interactive and let's learn. Thank you.